Hello, hello everyone. Welcome. Excuse me, that was a little bit loud. Now we are okay. So, welcome everybody to another show. Strategies, tactics, and boosts. This week's I'm a little excited um, because of the new features that has just been announced by Hutch. So forgive me. We have made a video. I have made a video about the new explaining the new features. So go ahead, and after this video you can go ahead and take a look at the video explaining the new features that are coming to the game. So, strategies, tactics, and boosts. This week's event, Australia event, Origin Series. So we have one driver from Australia, Ricardo, which is boosted with 10%. And if I'm not, if I'm correct, we have Street Shark as our the boost of the event. So let's see the tracks we are going to run for the qualifying round of the Australia event. And of course, Australia, Mexico, United States of America, Austin, and Emilia Romagna, this is Imola. We have two dry races and two races with heavy, big probability of raining. So let's see them, and let's begin with track number 1, Australia, of course. And I'm going to tell you from now that we have some major changes in some of our tactics. Stay tuned, see what we have for you. Australia, and for Australia, 5-3, our strategy that worked perfectly in the last event with Taurus. 5-3, we were able to push a lot. And then we have we are talking now for when you start in the middle of the pack, 5-3 with Taurus, and probably 4-4 with Oud, Jin, Kavai, boosts like that. We are thinking boosts that gives us corner and grip. We tried 4-4 with Eternal Flame, but due to a lot of safety cars and different things happening during the Australia race, I wasn't so sure, and I wasn't able to get a good feedback about this strategy. So I'm not so sure if it will work. We can test it again. It's qualifying, and we can test it again. Go 4-4 with Eternal Flame or something else with which gives us tire management, a little bit of tire management, and overtaking. That's it for when you're starting in the middle of the pack. If, of course, you can go 3-3-2 with I have lost, as I told you before, from someone using this strategy 3-3-2, all soft compounds using dead fast. But I was thinking maybe we could go 3-3-2 for our second driver, and with a soft compound, and use Eternal Flame here, where we can push a lot, where we can use the overtaking boost that gives us Eternal Flame with the quickest compound. I am thinking seriously about using it. If you're starting at the back of the grid, so then 5-3 for your first driver, and for your second driver, and Taurus of course, and no, Eagle or Frost, you can use Taurus for this driver of course, and 3-5 for your second driver, which will start even low in a lower position. I would go with Taurus for this driver. 3-5, 3 with a soft compound and 5 with a hard compound, and I would use Taurus for my second driver, and my first driver can use Eagle or Frost. Okay, that's it for Australia and both starting positions, middle or back. And let's go track number 2, which is Mexico, and here we have changes. So let's open our boosts to, okay, now we got it wrong. Now it's okay, now it's correct. As you can see, I have changed completely the strategy for my drivers. So this week, we did it last week, we are going to do it this week again. 4-4, probably with a medium compound, because we don't have enough, maybe the tire management won't be enough, although Mexico is not so tire consuming, but I think medium compound for both stints. 4-4, you can go with the soft compound in your first stint, and if you are happy you can again use it in your second stint, or if you are not happy then go with a medium for your second stint. 4-4 and dead fast or firework for your dead fast, firework or eclipse for your driver using 4-4, probably your first driver, and for your second driver 5-3. Here you can use eclipse. We can go with two tactics. We can go with the fast tactic, which we will use eclipse dead fast and eclipse dead fast or firework or hex, but no, better dead fast, eclipse or firework, and there we will go for the fast. We will go the fast way. And why? How are we going to use it? Let's see it. In sector 1, as you see, the red sector, we have the big straight, in the start, and we press the red button when we are at the end of sector 3, at the end of the yellow sector, and we leave the red button until the end of the big straight. And as you saw in my last live, every time in this straight, every lap we overtook one opponent. So every lap one opponent at least. This means, let's say not 8, let's say 7 overtakings for sure, only in the straight. This is the quick, the fast way, the fast and furious way that we so much like. And we tested this theory, this strategy last time because of my guest Telis, who is doing it all the time successfully, and now we are doing it too. We can easily go for your second driver 5-3. It would be better to use dead fast and use eclipse or firework for going 4-4, because with dead fast, if you go 5-3, okay, dead fast because it gives us this little off tire management, so we can use it a little bit. We can use it and help us go 5 laps with a medium compound, but it would be difficult. For going the Fast and Furious way with both your drivers, you should probably go 4-4 with both of them, but then it would be difficult to avoid stacking. So maybe 4-4 for the one driver and 5-3. If you want, we can test dead fast for 5-3. I'm going to test it to see if it's enough to go 5 laps with a medium compound. Alternatively, go the old traditional way we were doing until the last event, downforce or Nazar with 5-3. It worked great. It works very nicely in Mexico in tracks like this, so use it. Our third strategy, 3-5, 3 with a soft compound, 5 with a medium compound. This is a strategy if you are starting at the back of the grid. Use it for your driver that is at the back with the lowest position in the starting grid, and then use Palm, Eternal Flame. Of course, you can use Downforce, Nazar with it again, but maybe Palm or Eternal Flame in order to have overtaking boost in the race. This is for where you are when you are starting at the back of the grid. For your second driver, for your first driver, if you are at the back of the grid, use one of the above tactics, 5-3 or 4-4. It's good. Probably 5-3 with downforce or Nazar, but you can test 4-4 with dead fast, firework or eclipse. Now, if it rains, why do I have Mexico with rain? I don't know. There is no rain in Mexico. Forgive me, that was a mistake by me. So let's make it okay. That's it. That's the correct card. Now we are talking, and this is how you can you can go for Mexico in the middle of the pack or at the back of the pack. Now, track number 3. The United States of America. Here we are going possibly to have rain. There is a 63% of raining. Of raining in the United States, so we will see both strategies, and we haven't seen rain, a possibility of rain in the United States for a long time now, so this is a good one, a good time to see it. And of course 2-3-3 and 3-3-2 dead fast, eclipse and firework for both drivers when you're starting in the middle of the pack or in the front line. Alternatively, you can go 4-4 with Street Shark with a medium compound. It's a very good strategy. Now, this is when you are in the middle or in the front, or at the front of the grid. 2-3-3 and 3-3-2 with a soft compound. Just this. If you are at the back of the grid, your first driver, the one that is in the highest position, goes 4-4 with a medium compound and Street Shark. You can go with 3-3-2 if you want. It's a good strategy even when you are starting at the back. but I would prefer to choose 4-4 with a medium compound and Street Shark. And for my driver that is at the back of the grid, there we are doing the undercut. 2-3-3 with a soft compound, Deadfast, Eclipse or Firework. Okay, that's it for when you are at the back of the grid. And if it rains, well, I'm thinking going exactly the same, using exactly the same strategies as in the dry race. 2-3-3 and 3-3-2 for my drivers, Hex, Eclipse and or Deadfast. This goes for when you are in the middle or at the front of the grid. And 2-3-3 if you are at the back of the grid for your driver that is with the lowest position. And 4-4 with Frost if you are at the back of the grid for your driver with the highest position. It's the same tactics, strategy and tactics as in a dry race, but of course we know that it's a little bit more difficult to overtake in when it rains. But I think the Austin track is we are capable to overtake even when it rains. Yep. As I saw you, we saw that I told you to use Frost if you go 4-4 with the wet compound. Here the wet compound is like the hard compound, and it can easily go 4 laps with with the wet compound. So instead of Frost, if you don't like to use Frost, and let's see, Frost gives us a lot of tire management and grip. If you don't like to use Frost, there are alternatives. Dragon. With Dragon you have tire management and you have fuel use where you can push a little bit more without thinking running out of fuel. There is always, of course, Char, which gives us corners. Well, a little bit useful corners in the United States, but we mostly need speed and probably overtaking. Merlion would be a nice boost because of the overtaking, but if you want to be a little bit creative but try to go as fast as you can, even going 4-4, then you should choose Hex for your second driver and Eclipse or Deadfast for your first driver. That's it when you are starting at the back of the grid. So and track number 4, which is IMOLA, the definition of undercut and Fast and Furious. I have told you lots of times about IMOLA. You have seen what we have done in the events in IMOLA, even with bigger opponents with bigger team scores. But here it is probably there is a big possibility 45% of raining. So we can see how we are going to approach this track. Okay, 2 starting in the middle and in the front of the grid. 2-3-3, 3-3-2 for both of your for your 2 drivers. First and third stint with soft compound, the middle stint, the second stint with the medium compound. Deadfast, Eclipse, Instinct, you know, Firework, Hex. You know how this goes. This is if you start in the middle and at the front of the grid. If you are at the back of the grid, put your one driver for sure will go 2-3-3, the undercut. The driver that is with the lowest position, 2-3-3. The first stint, just cruise along 2 laps, go inside the pit, put on the medium tires, put on the medium compound, and press the red button for 3 laps. You will see what happens when you do this. And for 3 laps, no hesitation. 3 laps with the red button on, and then go again for the last 3 laps with the soft compound. Just go on the yellow and you will be fine, believe me. For the driver that is at the highest position, 15th, 16th, okay, 14th, 4-4 with a medium compound and street shark, or with a hard compound and lumberjack, or gladiator, where with a hard compound you can even choose dead fast. And that's it. Don't worry about it. You will see that you see that I'm very confident about this. So we have managed great results here. So don't be afraid of this. Now, if it rains, now this is something I have given a lot of thought, and of course in the middle and the front of the grid, hex 2-3-3 and 3-3-2 with hex, your one driver. You can even use dead fast and eclipse and instinct, other fast and furious boosts. But if you want something different, you can go with tune in, which is, let's remember tune in, which gives us quick pit times for our pit stops and gives us good corners. Not a lot, but we mostly use tune in here for the pit times because we're doing 2 pit stops. You can use Samba. Let's see it, because we have long time no see with Samba. Because of the fuel use, you can push over 50% of your race with Samba, the red button. But I would probably go with hex for my first driver, and possibly dead fast or eclipse or instinct for my second driver. But this is me, or firework. There are alternatives even for 2-3-3, which I give you for the other strategies. So we will see them there. We can of course go 5-3, but then we will need tire management, because 5 laps with a wet compound, we need tire management if we want to push. Char, that gives us good tire management and corners, but mostly Dragon, which gives us tire management and fuel, where we can push the red button a lot. These would be good choices. And 5-3 you can use it when you are at the back of the grid, and 3-5 you can go at the back of the grid, and 4-4 you can use it at the back of the grid when you are at the back of the grid. And I'm suggesting Cranberry and Merlion 4-4. And why is that? So let's see. We going 4 laps with a wet compound, we have enough tire management to push. So with good overtaking, maybe we can overtake in even in the rain, in wet conditions. IMOLA is a track that overtaking is very easy. So with the overtaking boost, we can probably manage to do so. That was Merlion. Let's see, Cranberry, which is great at rain and good overtaking, and that's why, and we have a lot of it, so that's why we are thinking about it. I would probably do, as I always do in the qualification round, I would probably think of using different out of the box strategies for my qualifications. You could use, as I said, Cranberry in your 3-3-2 or 2-3-3 strategy, because you won't think, or Merlion, because you don't need to think about tire management. You just want to push, so there would be enough room to push for in 2-3-3 or 3-3-2, even with Cranberry and Merlion. So we can mix a little bit of the boosts with the strategies. If you ask me, I would, in the middle and in the front of the pack, I would go 2-3-3 and 3-3-2. That's my best choices. Hex, tune in, instead of tune in, probably I would go with a Fast and Furious, but for a dry race boost like Dead Fast, Firework or Eclipse. And for if you are at the back of the pack, 5-3 with Dragon, my first choice, and 4-4 or 4-4 with Cranberry and Merlion. And for my driver that is at the back, at the lowest position, 2-3-3 with Hex. The undercut here is a must in IMOLA. That's it, yes, because it's only for tracks. A bigger video is coming when we have when we are talking about opening and final round tracks. So that's it for today. That's it for the qualifying round. We made a few changes, bigger changes in Mexico. We had some rain boosts for Austin and Imola that we haven't met in previous events. So some new things to think about, to test. I'm hoping to have rain in Austin and Imola, so we can test our strategies in wet conditions there. We are always doing dry races in the past few events, so let's see what will happen. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for the support. Subscribe to the channel, stay tuned, press the little bell after you subscribe, so you get notified for new videos and live streaming. And of course, have great results in the qualification round, and we will be with you very soon enough with another video. Thank you so much. Bye.